Hello everyone, I welcome you all in the lecture of IC engine fuel and lubricants. Till now we have done SI engine combustion chamber design, and now in this lecture we will discuss about compression ignition engine combustion chamber design. These are the contents for today's discussion: classification of CI engine combustion chamber, methods of generating air swirl in the CI engine, squish, swirl and tumble, effect of air motion, induction swirl and open combustion chamber. So, in last lecture we have discussed that the combustion chamber design is very important from the point of view of its performance, its thermal efficiency and emission point of view, because engine is the heart of the combustion chamber is the heart of any engine. So, it should be designed very properly, and what are the design criteria and what is the aim of a designer before starting the design. It should give you the maximum power output, it should give maximum thermal efficiency, smoother operation, very less noisy operation, the engine life as should be very high as possible. So, the classification of CI engine combustion chamber is somewhat different from SI engine combustion chamber. In SI engine we know that spark ignition engine, only the spark or the combustion created inside the cylinder, and the mixture is prepared outside the cylinder. But in CI engine the combustion takes place by the principle of compression ignition, means there the combustion in combustion chamber the fuel air mixture are met, the fuel is atomized, it is vaporized, mixed with the air molecules, and it is finally combusted. So, two things, two phenomena are happening in the same chamber known as combustion chamber, means preparation of the fuel air mixture for combustion and combustion, both are happening. So, the designing is very important, because in combustion chamber there is no spark plug is replaced by the fuel injector. So, fuel injector pressure is also very important in for the designing of the combustion chamber. We know that the fuel injector may be single hole or may be multiple hole. So, suppose if it is single hole, there will be a definite spray pattern, let this is a injector having single hole here. So, it will inject fuel with a spray cone type character. So, this character of this spin is it is very important, that cone angle should be optimized, and as per. So, designing of the combustion chamber includes what are the criteria for designing of combustion chamber. So, I have discussed in SI engine it was power output, which is also here. So, power output, power, it is the first criteria. Second is thermal efficiency, less noisy, which less noisy means it will give you least diesel knock. The diesel knock and detonation both are different thing. Detonation terms used in SI engine and diesel knock we use in CI engine. What is diesel knock? I am just going to discuss it. Before it, these are the parameters of output parameter, thermal efficiency, less noisy, the emissions should be as low as possible, and other criteria which are these are same for the SI engine, but other than SI engine there are some criteria also. These criteria are we have to combust the fuel inside the combustion chamber. we have to combust the combustion chamber. So, combustion chamber should be utilize some air swirl. Air swirl term is used in CI engine, and in the SI engine it was named as turbulency. It was named as turbulency. So, the air motion in diesel engine is generally caused by either by intake port during the suction stroke or by a combustion chamber geometry during the compression stroke. Three different elements of the air motion present during intake to expansion stroke in diesel engine cylinder have been classified as swirl, squish and tumble. These three terms I will discuss in the coming slides. So, we have to design our combustion chamber such that we should have optimized air swirl, which is very important. It is other than the SI engine. Air swirl, or what is air swirl? Air is nothing but simple the organized movement of air. It is organized movement of air. Because if we take a combustion chamber like this, let this is inlet valve, let this is exhaust valve, let it is a injector, and injector is injecting the fuel, let it is single phase, single hole orifice injector, and here this is the intake path. So, when the air is sucked, it should, the geometry of the inlet passage should be such that, the geometry of the valve should be such that it provide a natural swirl to the air molecules. So, they can easily mix with the fuel droplets. So, that movement should be provided. So, the aim is to have the optimized air swirl. Now, I have to discuss what are the diesel knock. So, diesel knock, what is diesel knock? You can understand the diesel knock from the rate of pressure rise, Yeah, we have already discussed it, but for smoother engine operation, less noisy operation, dP over d theta should be moderate. So, rate of pressure rise depends, this dP over d theta depends upon ignition delay. Higher the ignition delay, higher is the dP over d theta, and higher the dP over d theta, higher is the noise, more noise will be there. So, dP over d theta for CI engine should be moderate. If it is moderate, then it is called zero diesel knock or less diesel knock. Why it occurs? Because ignition delay, if you increase the ignition delay, more fuel will be accumulated during the ignition delay, and suddenly when it get the combustible condition, it is combusted like a blast. So, pressure rises suddenly. So, dP over d theta is high. So, the in combustion chamber design for CI engine, we aim is to have maximum power output, maximum thermal efficiency, less emissions, very less emission, because the CI engine combustion chamber The problem with CI engine is NOx, oxides of nitrogen and particulate matters, smoke. These are the threatening smokes from CI engine. So, these particulate emissions are big challenges. So, these should be as low as possible. So, it can be only emission can only be lesser if there is combustion efficiency is higher, means maximum air and fuel are burning with a faster rate or moderate rate, because we know that in combustion chamber of the CI engine, the value of phi, which is equivalent ratio, is not uniform throughout the combustion chamber. It varies at different locations. Here let at this point the phi may be greater than 1, here may be phi less than 1, here may be phi equal to 1. So, it varies throughout the combustion chamber. So, when air movement is, because there is no spark plug as well as there is no premixed device of fuel air mixture. So, the whole depends upon the air movement, how the air is entering into the combustion chamber. So, air motion is very important in the design of combustion chamber, that air movement should have that much amount of energy, eddies and turbulency, so that it can mix the fuel droplets within very small interval of time and prepare the fuel air mixture for burn. So, this is behind the combustion chamber design of the CI engine. Now, we will classify the CI engine combustion chambers. There are two types of combustion chamber: open chamber or non turbulent chamber, also called induction swirl. Induction means swirl or turbulence created by the induction of the air, because here the induction is only air, no fuel. Fuel is injected after compressed air, when air is compressed. So, before injection of the fuel, two processes are completing. First is induction. So, that induction should provide some turbulence. Here the turbulence in CI engine we call it swirl. So, the combustion that should be provide some, the swirl should be provided during induction, and another criteria for providing further swirl or movement of the eddies of the air is by proper designing of piston head and cylinder head also. Cylinder head can be designed, and also nowadays we are using some secondary combustion chambers also. So, the first criteria is open chamber, which is very simple one, or non turbulent chamber induction swirl. Second one is divided chamber, in which we use primary and secondary combustion chamber, or pre combustion chambers are also used here. So, divided chamber or turbulent chamber. So, broadly we divide CI engine combustion chamber as open chamber or non turbulent chamber and divided chamber or turbulent chamber. We further divide the turbulent chamber as three types: swirl chamber, which is here the swirl is given, swirl means organized movement of air, is given by compression. By compression, how the compression takes place? Compression, if air is compressed, then the piston head design, we deflector type of piston can be used, or head wedge shape head, or group type, or shallow combustion walls, or L by D ratio, all this come into this category. So, compression swirl provided by the compression process. Then these two are combustion induced swirl. Compression, so swirl can be provided either by induction process or by compression process or by combustion process. So, combustion process, if the swirl provided by combustion, it is known as combustion induced swirl, and this type of swirl is provided for two types of combustion chambers. These are pre-combustion chamber and air cell chamber, pre-combustion chamber and air cell chamber or LaNova. So, this was all about the classification of CI engine combustion chamber. Now, come to the methods of generating air swirl in the CI engine, because air swirl is very important, movement of air is very important in CI engine. So, there are three methods for generating the air swirl. We have already discussed in the last slide that there are three basic methods of generating swirl in the CI engine combustion chamber. Number one is by directing the flow of air during its entry to the cylinder, known as induction swirl. This method is used in open combustion chamber, we have discussed it. Second one, by forcing the air through a tangential passage into a separate swirl chamber during the compression stroke, known as compression swirl. This method is used in swirl chambers. And third one is by use of initial pressure rise due to partial combustion to create swirl turbulence, known as combustion induced swirl. Means the combustion products form, and these combustion products forms how they are separated from the fresh charge, fresh air fuel mixture. There should be the combustion products form because they are local burning in combustion in CI engine. So, as the combustion takes place, the fresh residual gases which formed should provide some turbulency to the fresh fuel or air molecules which are coming into the induction stroke, and they residual gases should be removed as early as possible. So, it is provided by pre-combustion chamber design or air cell chambers. This is the diagram for swirl. Swirl is a circular motion which is given to a incoming air during the suction stroke. In the swirl combustion chamber, also known as turbulency combustion chamber, the air is given a swirl while coming in the cylinder. So, you can see here, you can see that this is small swirl forming combustion chamber on piston crown. This is called swirl. Here the fuel is, this is the injector, and here this is the air flow, this is called swirl, and here we provide the exhaust valve, inlet valve is behind this. So, the second point, the fuel is injected in the pre-combustion chamber, so that mixing and burning of the fuel takes place completely. So, swirl is in single line, swirl is nothing but the regular organized movement of air as per your requirements. Squish is also a term which comes from the squeeze. Here the clearance is given very less. So, the piston here the squeeze means here this is air and it goes into this after compressing this, the space is very less. So, the air movement is in this direction. So, the squeeze motion of air brought about by a recess in the piston crown, this part is called piston crown, this part. So, we provide some recess in it. So, because of that recess, some space, some pockets, the squeeze motion of air is brought about by recess in the piston crown. At the end of the compression stroke, the piston is brought to within a very small distance from the cylinder head, because this space is very less. Next point, this fact causes a flow of air from periphery of the cylinder to its center and into the recess in the piston crown. So, it means it is the periphery. So, the movement of air is in this direction towards the recess or towards the pockets. The combustion recess into which the air mass is squeezed in is located either in the piston crown or in the cylinder head. So, this space, this pocket, either we provide in the piston, let this is your piston. So, either you provide some this type of recess in piston, or you provide in the cylinder head. You can provide a pocket either in piston crown or in the cylinder head. Heat losses from the compressed air will be less. So, here the heat losses from the compressed air will be lesser, because we are having the squish at just at the top dead center. Tumble, this is called tumble, this movement of air called tumble. So, we provide the geometry or the piston crown like double hemispherical type, so that the movement of air during suction is like this. So, the piston reaches close to top dead center, the squish generates secondary motion about circumferential axis near the outer edge. This motion is called tumble. Tumble contributes to the dispersion of fuel and the micro mixing of fuel and air respectively. The flow processes in the engine cylinder are turbulent. The rates of transfer of mixing are several times greater than the rates due to molecular diffusion. So, here in tumble, if we are able to design tumble in the combustion chamber, the time of mixture preparation is less. So, it leads to increased rates of momentum and has heat and mass transfer, and is essential to the satisfactory operation of spark ignition and diesel engines. So, these are the effects of air motion. We have discussed all this earlier. Distributes the fuel droplets uniformly in the air charge, mixes injected fuel droplets with the air mass, assists combustion of fuel droplets, peels off means removing the combustion products from the surface of the burning drops as they are being consumed, supplies fresh air to the interior portion of the fuel drops and thereby ensures complete combustion. It is a very important part, because if there will be no fresh air or fresh air molecule nearby the fuel droplets, there will be incomplete combustion and there will be more hydrocarbon emissions from the CI engine. So, the designer should design the combustion chamber such that each fuel particles, atomized fuel particle, have fresh air molecules surrounding it. And the very important delay period, we have discussed delay period is a very important for diesel knock. Rate of pressure rise will be moderate, and it is only possible if diesel delay period is reduced. So, combustion chamber should be designed such that it provides very less delay period. Next, reduces after burning of the fuel, it reduces after burning of the fuel, because much amount of in CI engine what happens, fresh air and fresh fuel particles are not able to mix with each other, and when they get appropriate condition during the expansion stroke they burn. So, it is gone to waste, and also the emissions are increased. So, the aim should be reduce the after burning of the fuel, better utilization of air contained in the cylinder. Now, induction swirl and open combustion swirl. So, this is the first form of induction swirl, can be obtained by two methods: designing air intake passages and by masking or shrouding a portion of the circumference of the inlet valve. You can see here that these are the induction swirl and open combustion chamber. Here you can see this is shallow depth chamber, hemispherical chamber, modified cylindrical chamber, toroidal chamber, NACA design displacement on piston. Figure A, you can see from figure A, it is adopted for large engines running at low speed due to large diameter of cavity, squish is negligible. Here in figure A, if we use this design, here the squish is very less or negligible. Here the piston shape is like this, hemispherical. Figure B provides small squish, hemispherical chamber provides you hemispherical shape, it provides you squish. For as the depth of diameter ratio can be varied to give any desired squish. Figure C, swirl was produced by making the valve for 180 degree circumference, and figure D, for powerful squish, cone angle spray is 150 to 160 degree. So, this is powerful squish because here the fuel is injected like this. So, it provides double hemispherical type toroidal chamber. So, it provides you the powerful squish. This is the induction first type of the combustion chamber, because there are two types. So, this was induction swirl was one of the first type. Open combustion, so advantages: high excess air allows lower average combustion temperature. This coupled with low turbulence and low heat loss permits high indicated thermal efficiency. Intensity of swirl is low, so that heat loss to the chamber walls is relatively low, resulting in easier cold starting. Swirl is obtained during induction stroke, no additional work is required. So, high break thermal efficiency and lower BSFC. So, with the help of induction swirl we can have break thermal efficiency higher and lower BSFC, and is used for low speed engines. This is used for low speed engines. And disadvantages of induction swirl: swirl induced is weak in intensity, multiple orifice nozzles, small nozzle openings with high injection pressure are required. Small openings influence the minimum quantity of fuel that can be delivered per injection and introduces complication at light loads, and it gives you better volumetric efficiency, low air utilization due to weak swirl, and it gives you lesser volumetric efficiency. Efficiency is not maintained for variable speed engines also. So, induction swirl is not used for variable speed engines. So, this was all about the combustion chamber design. In this lecture I have discussed the first type of the open chamber or non turbulent chamber induction swirl. In next lecture I will discuss the remaining type of combustion chamber designs. Thank you.